when you're younger, you have this vision that people that are in power or those who are in leadership are all intelligent and are all on the ball and all know what they're doing and have been vetted to be in that position. And what I quickly realized, and later on within my career, is that everybody who's in a position of power is not always a leader. Everybody who's a leader doesn't have leadership skills. And that was the first experience with it. But he would just do stuff like that. Never forget, we had a rush one time and he was getting frustrated with the register. And I literally put my gloves off, went to the register, pushed 2 buttons, and he looked at me like, "What does this nigga think he is?" and then backed away, and then just kind of like went back. And I just smiled and kept, putting the sandwiches together. But that's what kind of really gave me an idea that somebody convinced him to jump into that. He had some extra money, and he jumped in there, not understanding like the difference between being the owner and the business operator and being hands-on. And he was doing a lot of things that I was just like, yeah, this is not going to last long. And I wasn't there to see how long it lasted.
Yeah, you said something poignant about like when you're younger, you think people in authoritative positions are intelligent. And I think like in business, a lot of people do that too. Like we think if somebody went to Harvard, or Jack Dorsey started Twitter, or Mark started Facebook, like these dudes are in some sort of secret level of intelligence that we can't reach. And then we see like right now we're broadcasting live on Periscope. And in my personal opinion, I think Periscope is the best live streaming platform that there is. But Twitter has completely fucked it up. And if anybody was watching the Teddy Riley Babyface battle last night, like you wouldn't see too that IG Live is a really shitty product. So even though these people are in positions of power and they're billionaires, like they're no different than any of us. It's just a matter of opportunity and taking the chances in entrepreneurship. So I think we all got to have moments. I'm retweeting. I forgot you said Periscope. That reminded me it's on Twitter, so I'm just retweeting it, putting it on there. But it's a humbling reminder that not everybody. You need that. I think if you aspire to be an entrepreneur, you need that. You need to be able to see that these are still humans that F up. These are still people that are still trying to figure it out. It wasn't until I started aligning with multi-million-dollar brands and the same thing was going on, because you would think, okay, the higher up you move on the totem pole, the more money they made, the more they got it together. And it could be quite the reverse, is that sometimes, like, the one thing I want folks who are looking on the outside, looking in, don't think that people have just wised up and that's what's separating you from the other person. There are people who do very ordinary things, make a whole lot of money, but they do it in extraordinary ways. And so Zuckerberg, there's tons of programmers. There's tons of people with ideas. He just had an extraordinary pursuit, inspired by somebody who I guess he felt, dissed him or whatever. He had an extraordinary pursuit to create this thing. And we all can relate to that. It's the things that we do as parents for our kids. It's the superhuman ability we have if we have to save our significant other in a car crash. It exists in all of us. And I think that we feel that people, because they've attained a level of celebrity, a level of income, that they're all of a sudden superhuman. But it's like, these folks are flawed. And I think every time we see it, we're so surprised, right? Like, for instance, Tiger Woods, one of my favorite golfers, when that whole thing came out about the 10 women and all of this stuff, and him, being, kind of walking out on his wife, like, that was a hard pill to swallow for people, because it's like, not Tiger, he's so great at golf, but it's like, what the hell does it have to do with him as a husband? There's still development for all of us, and I think that we need to see that.